XJ is the pinnacle of Jaguar's ethos of building cars that offer high performance and comfort in equal measure. It's a world away from its predecessor, both in terms of appearance, cabin space and the driving experience, yet this is still very much a Jaguar with a coupe-like look. Like most cars of this size, it's expensive new, but the Jaguar offers an alternative take on the likes of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class and BMW 7 Series. In the absence of a gadget-laden interior compared with its German rivals, the simpler cabin feels less intimidating, whether you're in the back or behind the wheel. An all-aluminium body ensures a low curb weight, which, combined with a powerful range of engines, means the XJ delivers strong performance and agility with pleasing economy. The cosseting cabin is a wonderful piece of design too, with unique touches over its luxury alternatives. There's a neat touch-sensitive release for the glove box and overhead light controls, while the ambient lighting is something that rivals had to catch up on, but have since surpassed. Rather than facing a slew of buttons covering up the dash or vast swathes of glaring touch screens, the XJ feels luxurious in a more uncomplicated manner, serving as a place to relax and switch off, rather than one of constant distraction. There's a huge amount of leather inside the cabin and it can be specified in a range of colors, although the choice of plastics used on the center console feel decidedly inexpensive. Those wanting maximum rear seat space can opt for the long wheelbase XJ, increasing rear legroom by 121 mm over the standard length saloon. Jaguar XJ engines and gearbox buys get a choice of 3 supercharged petrol engines and 1 turbocharged diesel, all are mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox and, bar the XJ 575, have a top speed of 155 miles per hour. The best seller is the 3.0-litre V6 diesel, offered on the more popular trim levels in the range. Producing 300 horsepower and 700 Nm torque, the 0 to 62 miles per hour dash requires 6.2 seconds. The 3.0-litre V6 serves as the entry-level petrol engine, producing 340 horsepower and 450 Nm of torque and achieving the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint in 5.9 seconds. There are 2 versions of the 5.0-litre V8 available, each limited to a specific trim level. The 510 horsepower version produces 625 Nm and cuts the 0 to 62 miles per hour time down to 4.9 seconds. This is solely available on the most luxurious, long wheelbase only autobiography model. The top halo model is the XJ 575, with the 5.0-litre V8 producing 575 horsepower and 700 Nm of torque. This standard wheelbase-only model completes the 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds and reaches a top speed of 186 miles per hour. Jaguar XJ trim levels. The XJ is available in 6 trim levels: Luxury, Premium Luxury, Portfolio, Autobiography, R-Sport and XJ 575. The Autobiography is available in long wheelbase form only, while the R-Sport and XJ 575 are limited to standard wheelbase. The verdict: the Jaguar XJ is by no means a class leader, but there's something oddly charming about it. By being one of the best in class to drive, it presents something of a dilemma: are you better served sat in the back seats, or by taking the helm up front? It's a nice problem to have, but perhaps a bigger issue is whether buyers find the lack of up-to-date tech refreshing or disconcerting. Read the full Jaguar XJ Saloon review to find out if this limo should be considered over its premium rivals. 4 engines to choose from: rear-wheel drive only, automatic as standard. Plenty of power and performance. There are 4 engine choices, with some limited to standard or long wheelbase models only. Jaguar XJ diesel engine. By far the most popular engine choice is the twin-turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 diesel, found in various Jaguar Land Rover products, and this 300 horsepower engine is superbly refined and near silent at cruising speeds. With 700 Nm of torque, it has impressive low-down punch for effortless overtaking, a smooth power delivery and relaxed high-speed travel. It covers the 0 to 62 miles per hour dash in 6.2 seconds, but it's the mid-range acceleration that impresses. However, it's also economical and can average 48 to 49 miles per gallon depending on wheel size. Jaguar XJ petrol engines. All petrol engines in the XJ range are supercharged. The 3.0-litre V6 serves as the entry-level petrol motor, producing 340 horsepower and 450 Nm of torque. This is available on Portfolio and R-Sport models and replaced the 5.0-litre naturally aspirated V8 in 2012. The most luxurious autobiography model uses a 5.0-litre V8 engine, boasting 510 horsepower, bringing the 0 to 62 miles per hour time down to 4.9 seconds. At a sedate pace it's happy to silently purr away, but push the accelerator and it surges into life with an intoxicating turn of pace and a wonderful roar from the twin exhaust pipes. It feels fast and yet is never intimidating or brutal. However, fuel economy does suffer with an average of just 25.5 miles per gallon. Jaguar XJ R575. The Jaguar XJ R575 is aimed at those who want a large slice of performance with their luxury motoring. Once you get your head around the fact that this car is less about sedate luxury travel and more about high-speed mile munching, the Jaguar XJ R575's performance is impressive. Power comes from an uprated version of the supercharged 5.0-litre V8 as found in the XJ autobiography. With 575 horsepower and 700 Nm, this drops the 0 to 62 miles per hour time to 4.4 seconds, beating a Porsche 911 Carrera's time. And remember, this is a 4-door saloon. Just in case drivers feel a top speed of 155 miles per hour is not quick enough, Jaguar has reprogrammed the restrictor to enable a maximum of 186 miles per hour 8-speed automatic only. All models come with an 8-speed automatic gearbox which has a standard drive mode as well as a sport setting. There are also steering wheel mounted paddle shifts, allowing you to change gear yourself, but only in the Sport ERS setting will the gearbox remain in manual mode. The automatic gearbox changes gear smoothly and quickly, but also adapts to your driving style, providing quicker shifts and holding on to the gears for longer if the driver is accelerating harder. Impressive performance. The downside is in slippery conditions, when the Jag struggles to get the power down even with its huge tires. There's so much pulling power, knocking on the door of an astonishing 700 Nm of torque, that putting it down is a bit of a wrestling match between traction and power, often requiring the traction control system to step in. Driving modes. A drive mode selector gives all models a choice between normal, dynamic and snow driving modes. Each of these adapt the accelerator and electronic stability control response to suit, as well as the gearbox programming, the steering and, where fitted, adaptive suspension system. Discontinued Jaguar XJ engines prior to the entry-level 3.0-litre V6 petrol in 2012, the 5.0-litre V8 with 385 horsepower was on offer. This non-supercharged engine provided smooth and predictable power delivery, accelerating from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds and an average fuel economy of 25 miles per gallon. The previous iteration of the XJ R575, simply named XJR, produced 550 horsepower and 680 Nm of torque. The top speed was lower at 174 miles per hour with 0 to 62 miles per hour taking 4.6 seconds. Lighter weight benefits. Agility handling. Impressive for a limo this size. Fast and composed in the corners. Despite its considerable size, the XJ feels amazingly agile and nimble on the road, helped by the low curb weight. The steering is light and somewhat lacking in feel, but it's still incredibly responsive and precise, giving you plenty of confidence when tackling corners. Body control is exceptionally good too, and at higher speeds the XJ feels planted to the road. A system called Jaguar Drive Control offers different settings including winter and dynamic modes. The latter drive mode makes the throttle pedal more responsive and sharpens the steering. Ride quality remains impressive. The larger wheels can make it feel a tad firm compared with its rivals and often caught out by larger potholes, but there's no wallowing and it irons out uneven roads with little fuss. Jaguar XJ R575. Clearly this limo is no racetrack refugee, but given its size and mass, the handling certainly does impress. Jaguar has spent a lot of time endowing the XJ R575 with some serious kit to enhance its handling capabilities. The adaptive dynamics work to control the car and keep it planted on the road by adjusting the car's suspension up to 500 times a second. This enables the suspension to adjust to the road conditions and the driver's inputs almost continuously. There's also an active electronic differential that helps ensure the rear wheel with the most grip gets the most power, and if one wheel starts to slip, power is reduced. Standard kit also includes corner recognition that senses when the car is negotiating a bend so the gearbox holds the correct gear to help aid smart acceleration. We haven't found this to work every single time, often changing up a gear far too soon before the next corner. The upshot of this smart tech is a saloon car that has an impressive cornering ability. It feels agile when first turning in and holds an accurate line through it, though on bumpy roads things can get a bit lively. Modern but still user-friendly inside-in Control Touch Pro multimedia works well. Comfort and quality. High Jaguars are renowned for their elegant interiors, something that the XJ continues. It has the feeling of a handcrafted cabin with some wonderful styling touches, the classic aircraft-style air vents being just one example. The designers were influenced by high-end yachts and powerboats, something that is evident in the interior design with lots of high-gloss panels and a wide central console. Despite all the onboard functions, the layout isn't too button-heavy. A large 10-inch center touch screen is standard, although the in-Control Touch Pro multimedia system's response time and occasional glitches means it lags behind the best rivals. The low seating position and high shoulder line add to a cockpit feel from behind the wheel, with a high-quality finish in most places. All models come with heated seats front and rear, while the leather steering wheel in premium luxury models upwards can be heated at the touch of a button. Jaguar has dispensed with physical instrument dials in favor of a high-definition 12.3-inch screen that displays virtual dials. It can be difficult to see in very bright sunshine, but aside from that, the graphics and fonts are crisp and clear, allowing you to alter certain sections to show varying degrees of information. However, while this may include a large wider screen view for the sat-nav map, it doesn't quite match the usability of Virtual Cockpit as found in Audi products, with a hard-to-read speedometer and absence of a rev counter. This is controlled via buttons on the steering wheel, and while the number of menus and submenus can be intimidating and slightly distracting at first, you soon get used to it. Heated seats front and rear rides well, if not the most isolated luxury saloon. Select long wheelbase for ultimate rear comfort. There's a choice of two lengths in the XJ lineup, the standard car or the long wheelbase version. The latter offers 121mm more legroom for those in the back, giving it more of a limousine-like feel, complete with separate rear climate controls, electric blinds and rear privacy glass. However, the standard model is still very spacious with a similarly luxurious feel. There's plenty of space for four. The prominent center tunnel limits space for a fifth passenger, but there are slight criticisms. The front seats are multi-adjustable, but they aren't particularly enveloping like they are in a Porsche Panamera. Taller passengers may find they sit close to the roof, a result of the low coupe-like profile, which makes it a little claustrophobic. But all cars come with a panoramic glass roof, with retractable covers for the front and back, which adds a little light inside. Thanks in part to the acoustic laminated windows and windscreen, there's practically no wind or road noise on the move, even at autobahn speeds, giving the cabin a cosseting feel. The petrol is the more refined choice, but the diesel does remain remarkably hushed. Where the XJ appeals more over its competition is the sound of the petrol engine. While rivals filter out as much sound as possible, the Jaguar adds a sense of theatre by allowing a pleasing growl from the engine into the cabin. This also applies to the exhaust, which sounds louder when experienced from the outside. The XJ may not waft down a road as well as a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, but bumpy roads are unlikely to unsettle you. Even though the XJ 575 sports a slightly firmer ride, it's never jarring, with little noise intrusion into the cabin. Generous equipment levels. As standard 6 trim levels available, less tech-laden than rivals, with fewer options. 6 trim levels are available, topped by the Performance XJ 575 model, and all versions get a high level of standard equipment. Standard Jaguar XJ saloon equipment. Entry-level luxury versions of the XJ are fitted with Escape electronic stability control, cruise control, automatic LED headlights and wipers, 19-inch alloy wheels, powered boot lid, keyless entry and ignition, front and rear parking sensors with rear view camera, panoramic glass roof, climate control, front and rear heated front and rear seats, electrically adjustable leather front seats, 10-inch touchscreen multimedia system with sat-nav, Bluetooth and DAB radio, 12.3-inch driver instrument screen, electric rear side window blinds. Premium luxury versions come with addition equipment, different 19-inch alloys, metallic paint, heated steering wheel, heated and cooled front and rear seats, a more powerful 380-watt sound system. Portfolio models come with adaptive LED headlights, 20-inch alloy wheels, Upgraded 825-watt sound system, digital TV, blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alert, traffic sign recognition. R Sport models add a sportier appearance to the XJ portfolio and come fitted with R Sport bodykit, privacy glass, metallic sports pedals. The Autobiography represents the most luxurious model, fitted with long wheelbase, different 20-inch alloy wheels, perforated leather seats with winged headrests and leather headlining. 1300-watt sound system, 2 individual rear seats with massage function, rear tables and 10.2-inch screens, 360-degree park sensors with cameras. The Jaguar XJ 575 is the flagship of the range, fitted with XJR suspension and bodykit, red brake calipers, quad exhaust pipe finishes. Optional Jaguar XJ saloon extras. Given the standard kit list, there isn't a whole lot more you can add. However, customers can upgrade their premium luxury and portfolio models with the 1300-watt surround sound system, folding rear tables and 10.2-inch folding rear screens as found on Autobiography. Illumination pack, available on premium luxury and portfolio ads, illuminated air vents, sill plates and LED rear reading lights. Parking assist pack, available on all models, except portfolio ads, 360-degree parking sensors, surround camera system and park assist. Highway pack, available on luxury and premium luxury, includes blind spot assist, rear traffic detection, adaptive LED headlamps, traffic sign recognition and automatic high beam assist. Option packs available on long wheelbase version only. Rear seat pack, available on premium luxury and portfolio ads, individual rear seats with electric adjustment and massage function, LED rear reading lights, winged headrest. Premium rear seat pack adds a more extensive list of kits, available on premium luxury and portfolio ads, individual rear seats with electric adjustment and massage function, LED rear reading lights, winged headrest, rear tables, rear seat entertainment system, lots of active safety system as standard. The most cutting edge are only optional, though no Euro NCAP score and probably won't be tested. This XJ hasn't been crash tested by Euro NCAP and that's unlikely to change. The organization rarely tests cars this expensive. However, the XJ should perform well, helped by its very strong aluminium body shell. It is fitted with electronic stability control, escape, twin front, side and curtain airbags, front seats with a whiplash protection system, blind spot monitoring and a pop-up bonnet to improve protection for pedestrians, should they be unfortunate enough to be hit. To aid parking, there are sensors front and rear plus a rear-facing camera to help see what is behind when reversing. There are 2 ISOFIX points in the Jaguar XJ, located on the outer rear seats. Plenty of space for 4 occupants and their luggage. Boot space above average in class. Choose the long wheelbase version and rear passengers benefit from an extra 121mm of legroom. Up front, there are the usual stowage areas of glove box, door pockets, and cubbyhole under the armrest in the central console. The central console also houses a double cup holder, fine for a couple of standard drinks cans, pop-up cover that hides a tray for your wallet and such like, while rear seat passengers can pull down the armrest for cup holders and storage. You probably will want to check the dimensions of your garage before purchase. Both the short and long wheelbase versions of the Jaguar XJ are over 5 meters long, with the long wheelbase measuring at 5,255mm. The XJ is longer than the average-sized parking bay, but the park assist option will help, provided you're not in a rush, waiting for the system to make its calculations. The sheer length of the XJ means it has a considerable turning circle, but as you'd expect of such a large vehicle, rear parking sensors come as standard. Premium luxury models upwards also get front parking sensors, and they're vital as it's not easy to judge the nose or the tail. Given the size of car, the boot is not as commodious as some would come to expect. The floor is quite shallow, but the 478-litre boot beats the Audi A8, Mercedes-Benz S-Class and the BMW 7 Series plug-in hybrid, due to its battery pack. However, you can easily fit 2 large suitcases in side by side and the electric boot lid can be set to open to a predetermined height. Select the individual rear seat option and you lose the ability to fold them down to increase boot space.